like the short version of this review is just a lot of people died.
I mean, that can sum up a lot of our reviews. Yeah, that'll work as an intro. All right. So I was actually curious. I was looking at while I was watching the movie, and I found out that apparently Michael Bay had almost nothing to do with this movie, which might be why I kind of liked it. Which I was surprised. I thought he was directing this one again. Apparently not. Directed, didn't produce it, didn't do it. He just guest starred in the wedding scene, and that was it.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, that was totally Michael Bay.
So apparently you haven't seen any of the Bad Boy movies?
No, it wasn't one of mine when I was a kid. I think for fairly obvious reasons.
I saw the second one when I was a teenager, 2003.
It's always my thing just to watch, just for the saying I did it. It's like saying you watch Point Break, even if it hasn't aged particularly well, you still kind of have to see it.
I guess
if you like buddy cop movies.
Yeah, it's a buddy cop movie. There's nothing to write home about, but it's just also at the same time, that chemistry hasn't really changed between series to series. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's nice, and it's sort of like, it's sort of nice to see that life does sort of continue on in the life of a Hollywood action movie, and
people get older and things change and shit. And
unlike a certain anime about things that you catch with Pokeballs.
Okay, I was gonna say, where are you going with this?
That kid should be 20. That kid should be 30.
You know what always used to drive me batshit bonkers as a kid?
What?
In Rugrats, there are 4 Christmas specials, and they don't age 1 year.
Same thing with The Simpsons, okay?
I know, but still, I didn't watch The Simpsons, but I watched a lot of Rugrats, and that bugged the crap out of me. I was trying to, put it in my mind chronologically. It's how the hell is this possible?
They're just stuck in a continuous time loop.
Or at least, I think there's 4 Christmas specials. Somebody correct me. I'm sure somebody knows the exact number. Either way, there's more than one, which is already, a little suspicious, and they never turn ever.
No, because clearly you have, Christmas in July. So that's the second one. That's a thing.
Okay, sure. Loophole. Anyway, Bad Boys for Life.
My point is oh, cool. The relationships that were sort of established in earlier movies have actually evolved and kind of.
Yeah, and as much as to be expected from a Bad Boys movie.
Yeah.
No, it's and I think stuff like this that's been explored with other action revivals. I know Expendables 3 did this kind of, except way worse. Where they do definitely tackle the old generation versus the new. Fast and Furious, I'm pretty sure. I take that back. Most of those will seem old fogies.
Yeah. But I mean,
love Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson, but yeah, come on.
Yeah, I mean, this is, if you've never seen a Bad Boys movie, and this is something that I completely forgot about Bad Boys, is that when people die, it's not necessarily oh, he got shot. No, some people get fucking cars smushed upon them because they're fighting in an auto garage, or an explosion that causes enough concussive force to cause a man to get impaled through the chest. Yeah. And you're oh, those are practical effects.
And there's a lot of cool shots like that. I was oh shit, oh fuck, okay, cool, that was a cool shot.
And it's just sort of oh man, he's so dead.
Yeah. And these I haven't seen the other 2 movies, so I can't compare the visual style compared to the other 2.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Is it pretty much the same thing?
It's pretty much the same thing.
Okay, because I know Michael Bay's style is much more kinetic and chaotic. While this one felt like there was more smoothness to it, at least in the way some of the action scenes were shot.
Well, so Bad Boys 2 was about, I forgot when Born Supremacy came out.
Do you remember? They were around the same time.
It was about that same time.
Mid 2000s. Yeah.
Bad Boys 2 came out in 2003. I looked it up earlier. And I also remember that just the early 2000s was just sort of this really god awful era
Shaky cam.
of shaky cam.
Yeah. We all thank Jason fucking Bourne.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason Bourne. No, specifically Bourne Supremacy. Bourne Identity was fine.
I honestly barely remember anything about any of them. Except Bourne Identity. I remember that one quite a bit.
Yeah, because you could see what was happening.
Yeah, like, Bourne Ultimatum I remember seeing in theaters.
Do you remember seeing Bourne Ultimatum, or do you remember puking in the toilet because you got sick?
I mean, I was a kid, so I was able to process shit fine.
Anywho, so,
I remember that would be the shit with somebody with a book. That's our Bourne Ultimatum.
So, Bad Boys 2, I kind of think, I don't remember if, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember that this movie at least had a lot more clarity.
Yeah,
with
in terms
what
of
was
the action
going,
sequences.
with a lot of what was going on.
And it looked pretty cool. Like, the action scenes in this movie are pretty good.
Yeah, they're it's the Bad Boys. Like,
yeah,
somebody's gonna get shot. Will Smith's, Martin Lawrence is gonna be like, "Why do you have a grenade launcher?" And Will Smith's gonna be like, "I want it."
No, I love that about the lines. Martin Lawrence goes like, "We don't need a grenade launcher." Yeah, but I want one. It was like, okay, valid. All right, yeah. I can't argue with that. You know?
Yeah, like,
that's we can't debate you on that.
I won't.
I want it. And it's like, if you can get access to grenade launcher, okay.
You might not have to use it, but
sure.
It's better to have a grenade launcher than not have a grenade launcher.
I mean, you never know.
Sure.
You just need that kind of overkill.
I think there's sort of a bit, the one bit that I really enjoyed is, so I guess we do actually have to briefly skim over the plot.
I mean, like, there's not a whole lot to say.
He gets shot at the beginning of the movie, and then he's solving his own shooting.
Wow, that gigantic spoiler without any warning.
I mean, come on, that was John Wick 2. They killed his dog, they stole his car, he kills everyone.
I mean, like, they don't show either's in the trailer. You don't just say it out loud. Rule of thumb, if it's not in the trailer, you give a spoiler warning.
I didn't see the trailer. I already knew what this movie was going to be. Something happens, Will Smith reacts poorly, and then Martin Lawrence is dragged along.
Is that all the Bad Boy movies?
That's all the Bad Boy movies.
Good, no, it's staying consistent with the formula. And Will Smith and Martin Lawrence do still have really good chemistry here.
Yeah. That's all of the Bad Boy movies. Because, like, the first Bad Boy movie came out, and Martin Lawrence was transitioning from comedy to action. Mm-hmm. Sort of like what Kumail Nanjiani was kind of doing. He's sort of like trying to diversify his ability to do acting roles and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what Martin Lawrence was doing. And so it's like, well, we got the badass rapper Will Smith, and then we'll just have Martin Lawrence.
That'll be fine.
It'll be fine. And it ended up working out pretty great.
Yeah, I know, like, probably beyond anyone's expectations.
So that they were able to make a second one, and then this one.
And a third one, like, what, 20 years? Like, almost 20 years later?
17.
I said almost. I'm rounding up. Therefore, I'm still right, if you want to be a nitpicky asshole about it.
Actually, it's 17.
Are you just actually me?
Actually.
Dude, you're my Martin Lawrence.
Hey, fuck you.
Hey, I'm just saying, has a bad reaction to something, drags you along. 8 seasons later, we're still at it.
Oh, God.
Not even ready for those 8 seasons, but still, that's kind of like, oh my God, everyone's my Martin Lawrence.
Anyway, so yeah, that's basically.
And some people retire.
That's basically, that's basically the formula. Like the bit where like Will Smith drives too fast, and because
Martin Lawrence going, Will Smith, you crazy.
and then Martin Lawrence going like, I have genuine fear for my life because, Will Smith drives like a fucking maniac.
I was like, because Will Smith is a sociopath. That's why.
Because he's a loose cannon cop and he doesn't follow the fucking rules.
It even has, I don't know if the captain was in the first 2 or not.
The captain has been in all the movies.
Okay, I just saw, honestly,
Pepto-Bismol was also
like, if I related to any character the most, I think it was the captain.
I don't remember if the Pepto-Bismol was in the first movie, but definitely I kind of vaguely remember that, like, these two were such, like, bad boys causing
they just cause
collateral damage and like killing suspects and like making like mountains of paperwork that this guy like had the result to Pepto. So like it is sort of like a callback from what I remember.
I kind of would love it if it just only came up during this movie, and that's
And
just
I'm completely wrong.
Like I know you're probably right, but I kind of hope you're wrong because I wanted to be just in this movie that over like
No,
20 odd years of just continuous stress that he now has to like chug Pepto-Bismol.
No, the captain in Bad Boys is the captain that Abed Nadir emulates in that one episode of Community when Shirley and
I kind of figured
Annie are doing the buddy cop episode.
Yeah.
And it's just and then the dean is like, all right, well, how would you do it? And then he does the whole captain thing.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's kind of like it's built on that, built on something like that. But again, still like as someone who now in this stage of my life is perpetually stressed every day of every week of every month of every year.
Dude. I just
and like now I'm at the point it's like so I see someone chugging Pepto-Bismol, you go ew, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of get it.
I know, but it was still like original flavor. Like he didn't even bother to get like the
He ain't got time to make original flavor. There's loose cannons on the loose.
Anyway,
so honestly, it's like he is my spirit animal. I empathize with that man.
Anyway, this is. I mean, what else is there to say? There's a plot, kind of.
I mean, like, there's a lot you can say about this movie. I mean, like, the main theme of this movie seems to be going like new generation versus old generation. And one thing I did like about the movie is
I did like the one buff guy at the end.
Yeah, like no, he was pretty cool. Like when
he had his moment.
And what they like about this movie is when you see a lot of action movies like this, when they do the whole old versus new kind of take, is they usually, and you see like Expendables 3 comes to mind.
You know what comes to mind to me?
Well, let me finish my thought before you get to that.
Go for it.
Is like they always portray it as like all the old school ways are the best ways. We old people are still know what we're doing, and we're better than those young pups who are down there like with their technological shit. But you just gotta get your hands dirty like a real man.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't do that, and I kind of appreciated that about it. There's still like some machismo, some goofy moments. There's just one character, and they're just there to be a douchebag, and then stops being a douchebag about halfway through.
Honestly, Will Smith started it first.
Yeah, I mean, true. Still, it's still there.
It's not. It's really hard to expect a relationship to like be built off of "I fucked your mom."
Well, that was after he's been douche for a while, though. To be fair.
No, he started that.
No, the mom thing. No, that was later when he starts calling him Pop, like a grandpa or something like that. That's when he does the mom joke.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever. But even that prior interaction, it's just like, I'm Mike Lowry. I got a big stick up my ass because I'm old and I know how to do a cop, and you guys don't even know how to get out of your fucking diapers.
Basically.
And then the young guy's like, dude, like, fuck off.
Yeah. Which, okay,
like,
valid.
Like, Will Smith started that interaction, and the culmination of that ended up into, I fucked your mom. Anyway,
so, like, and I like that, like, there is kind of an arc there, like, okay, eventually he does realize their worth, he does recognize what they're doing, he recognizes that there's value in the way they do things, like, okay, it's not a huge part of the movie, but I appreciate that it was there.
Hey, Mike.
What?
Remember when we saw this movie last time? Spies in Disguise?
True.
It's an exact same thematic.
Not necessarily.
No,
that was violence versus pacifism.
That wasn't violence versus pacifism. I would say it's like,
I mean, there's some like old versus new generation stuff, but it was largely violence versus pacifism.
I thought it was more violence versus restraint, but whatever.
I mean, like through pacifism. I mean,
but you still have to shoot someone with kitty glitter.
But they don't die. So I guess it depends on your definition of pacifism.
They had rubber bullets in this movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about spies in disguise. I'm talking about like, and this movie's more generational, and the spies in disguise, it's more about just whether or not lethal force is something you should do. And there's some general stuff in that one too, but it's like Will Smith still uses cool spy shit otherwise though, so it doesn't really work in that context.
That's true.
Even to kill people, it still uses cool spy shit, so it doesn't really work from that lens.
I like the Pigeon movie better.
I did too, but still. But again, if we're ever calling those movies the same thing, we gotta actually like look at it. So I blame you for bringing up that comparison.
What we just saw the last time I was in here, we just saw Spies in Disguise.
I know, but you directly made that parallel. Now I have to, well, actually you.
It's actually.
Oh. No, actually, it's well, actually.
Well, that's a show anyway.
I'm sure. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I think like that's one thing main thing to talk about. And so there's this guy in there. I do want to talk a little bit about that one tech guy though, because I will admit, I think of all the character little B plots in there, that was the one that actually legitimately good payoff.
I just like how they sprinkled it in.
Yeah, like they didn't make it overt. Yeah,
it's very subtle. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, I'm the tech guy. And it's like, and then they're
then they all look at like, dude, you're fucking ripped.
And it's like, yeah, but I'm the tech guy.
I'm more comfortable in here.
I'm more comfortable in here, you know? And then eventually it's like, yeah, so like one time he was a bouncer and he punched somebody so hard they died.
And it's like, oh shit.
And they're like, oh shit. And then the payoff for all of that is like, hey, so I need you to hurt a lot of people and I'll pay for your therapy.
He's like, I'm gonna need it. and he's like, okay, seriously. Which, granted, if somebody offered to pay for my therapy, I'd probably kill some people too.
Oh yeah, totally. No, they killed so many people.
Oh god, that's not like hold up in court. Like 10 years later, what? He said he was gonna pay for my therapy. As I'm on trial. Anyway.
And well, no, because you would be like called in as a character witness, and the guy that's on the guy that's getting like the defendant guy is like very clearly like a Dr. Hugo Strange kind of deal.
Hear that? Or it's like, can we play the video, please? Yeah, I'd totally kill somebody if they told me to pay for my therapy. But yeah, when he finally does that, I think one little touch in there I thought was actually pretty funny was when he just shouts transitioning as loud as he can as he's charging at somebody. It's like, motherfucker, he needs to like, no, he has to announce when he's transferring to murder mode.
Murder mode activate.
Yeah, murder mode.
I think the best part is it just like, it was almost because I play way too much Dungeons and Dragons. It's just, he saw the dude shooting at his friends. He saw the weak pillar, and it's just like, I'm gonna tackle that pillar.
Well, it's kind of like
I'm gonna tackle that pillar, and the DM's like, "What? Sure, go ahead."
It's like the pacifist version of you remember in the Mission Impossible?
That guy was dead.
No, my point is like before it would transition murder mode. I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like the whole like I don't want to kill people, then transitioning murder is like it's like the calmer version of in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, where Henry Cavill like literally like loads up his fists like a shotgun
in the trailer.
Yeah. Which I still is like one of my favorite trailer cuts of all time. And apparently he did like one time just to try it out, and I guess they loved it. Someone's like, no, you do it every time now. Reload your fists every shake.
Reload your fists.
Doom doom. Like it's a fucking Doom game.
Well, no, because you gotta check your inputs, right?
Yeah. Oh god, I just want to watch Rogue Nation again.
I actually didn't see that one.
You never saw Rogue Nation?
No, I didn't.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It's a real life shot. Sally does not have the same sound effects as the trailer, which is still disappointing.
See, I think that's what you told me, and then I was like, I don't want to watch it.
It's like, oh.
Life without my shotgun reloading fist.
I would honestly, if somebody like sold me a copy for like $50 of Mission Impossible, and it's like that's way too expensive, but like it has the sound effects for the fist. Like, fine. Fine. I'll buy it.
It's a Chinese bootleg copy.
Yeah.
Where
like it's just the exact Blu-ray copy, just has those two sound effects mixed in, only at that one time.
Only at exactly one time.
And that's the only. And that's it. That's the entire rest is exactly the same. I would still be worth it.
There's like
You're wildly off track. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about this movie. It's fine. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. The action scenes are good. You get what you're paying for. It's a little long. Not all the jokes land.
I think they could have skipped the scene with when they're on the airplane, but I mean,
yeah, I felt like I get you have to like announce that he's flying over to Mexico.
yeah, but you could also just travel by map.
That's we're like in yeah.
Okay, the Muppets made that joke. They can just use it really quick. I mean, they had a whole.
God, that'd be a weird crossover.
They did a whole. In the first 10 minutes of this movie, they had a 6 months later shit thing.
I mean, that has nothing to do with the Muppets, but okay.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think the bar is too high on the Bad Boys movie.
Or like one plane flight later.
Yeah, or just say Mexico City.
Hey, I can see that. Maybe, but either way, like, it's whatever. It's there. There's some talks about like making a family and stuff like that, like talking in the future, that stuff that worked fairly well. Like, it's no Oscar movie. Like, this movie's clear. This movie knows what it is. It's well shot. It's well directed. It's well made. It's fun. I recommend it.
A lot of people die.
A lot of people die in kind of spectacular fashion.
Or gruesome.
I mean, there's even parts where like there's just a guy on top of like Rita, the badass cop, and she just unloads like a clip of an assault rifle into his stomach.
I felt empathy, but I was like, oh, that's so cool. But also, oh god.
Yeah, there's a lot of shots like that. I don't know if it's as action packed as the other two movies.
It's about the same.
About the same? Okay. Are they all 2 hours long, or?
They're about the same length.
Okay, so if you like the first two bad movies, it's not like you'll like this one just fine.
Yeah. It's all. I mean, like, if I had to say buddy cop movies rankings, like, you know,
I mean, Hot Fuzz is always gonna win.
Oh, that's true. But I did like Rush Hour a lot. Mostly because Jackie Chan.
That means Jackie Chan.
He's sort of my hero.
Oh yeah. No, the guy has beat the ever living shit out of himself for years.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a hole in his skull the size of a quarter.
That's right, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's just okay with that.
This man has lived through some weird ass shit.
Anyway, point is, like, is Bad Boys 3 a Rush Hour 1? No.
But it's like...
But is Bad Boys 3 a Bad Boys 2? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for a sequel that came out way longer than it should have taken to come out, I think it turned out better than expected. And again, honestly, it's kind of nice to have a different face than Michael Bay at the helm. Just in general, because I'm not a big fan of his directing style. I find it just exhausting. This also could be because I grew up in like the Transformers age.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and I liked the Transformers movies when I first watched them as a kid. They have not held up in time. But I liked them when I was a kid. But I look at it now, it's like, God, this is so headache-inducing.
I remember I liked the first Transformers movie, and then I watched the second Transformers movie twice, and then I was like, the second time I'm like, I'm not sure I like this.
When the spell starts to break, and then you're like, oh wow, this is shit.
Cool.
Bumblebee is good.
Bumblebee's good.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
I think that's all we really got. We want to go over trailers really quick? Not all of them. We can just go the ones we haven't talked about before.
I don't know.
Well, some we could go in. So we have Free Guy.
Oh right.
The one
wholesome dead guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wholesome
NPC.
Deadpool.
Yeah. Where Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC in a like. Yeah, and Fortnite meets Grand Theft Auto, I guess.
Oh, I was thinking it was just more like an NPC in a Grand Theft Auto game just suddenly gained sentience.
Oh yeah, like they also do like the skydiving shit. There's all kind of powers and shit around there, like Fortnite. That's kind of made me think of that.
Yeah, whatever. It's just it's an NPC in a video game becomes sentient.
Yeah,
there,
and it looks fun. Like, could be good.
I think
I appreciate the courage of the marketing.
I like the wholesome feel of it.
Yeah,
it's just sort of like. Is that a Glock in your pants? And it's like, no.
It's 2 Glocks.
It's 2 Glocks.
I mean, he's Ryan Reynolds says it's one of his favorite movies he's ever made, which is saying something.
Yeah. When we saw Detective Pikachu.
So I'll go see. I'll be curious. Again, I just like the opening crawl from the studio that brought you Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Dumbo twice. It's like, all right, I can tell Ryan Reynolds has a hand in them advertising for this, so I'm down.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, what was next?
Black Widow,
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
which, yeah, it looks like a good Marvel movie. I'm down.
Yeah. Was that the sheriff from
David Arbor. Yep, that was him.
Stranger Things? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
David Arbor.
What character is he playing?
Oh, I forgot the exact name
Is
of the
it
character.
Soviet Star? I forgot.
It's
Red Star?
kind of something like that.
Some fucking commie thing.
I mean, basically just Russian Captain America. I'm gonna look it up really quick.
Anyway,
because I
so
know this.
yeah, I mean, it's a Black Widow movie.
It's a Marvel movie, you know.
Marvel
They,
movie.
Like they haven't made like one. I would say Red Guardian. That's what his name is.
Red Guardian.
Which honestly, I'm willing to watch it just for David Arbor because it looks like he's having a great time, and Rachel Weisz, who's a goddamn fox.
Which one was that one?
Rachel Weisz, she was the one that called him fat.
Oh yeah.
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 And I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with Taskmaster, who is the villain in this, I guess.
That's true. Yeah. There was that one. There was the.
Although the sister is giving me pause.
Eh.
Then we got Antebellum, which I don't know what the fuck that one's about.
I don't. Oh, is that the one where it's either about slavery or it's about time travel or it's like
Yeah, that one.
or there's a ghost that sends you back into slavery times?
It's that one. Yeah, that's the one.
I can't. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just weird.
I don't know that one either. That one's a wait and see. Invisible Man, which I'm actually looking forward to.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? After the first night, right, all that lady had to do was like get a little like hairspray bottle of like paint.
But the problem is you have to be really sure that someone in your house is invisible and that you're just not seeing things.
Yeah, but after the first night, or even after like the first 2 or 3 incidents, I'd just be like, all right, look, all we're gonna do is, we're gonna start from the outside and work our way in, and eventually he'll have to step on the paint.
I mean, at the same time, again,
I will paint the interior of my motherfucking house to find this fucker.
I mean, they established in the trailer that she can't be, called legally insane. So if you came up to your friends and go, all right, here's the plan. There's an invisible person in my house. We have these bottles of spray paint. We're going to spray the whole house and wait for the invisible man to step on something.
Or like when she was sure the dude was on the chair, I would just be like, look, watch, I'm going to throw this can of soup.
Maybe that actually happens. We don't know.
I just think the can of soup, always have a can of soup.
I'm a little worried about you now.
There's invisible people everywhere.
See, now I just want to sneak in your room while you're asleep and just move shit, and then
Max would wake me up.
That's true.
He'd also be like, oh, hi, Mike, I love you. And then I'd be like, oh, it's just Mike.
Either way, I'd find a way to sneak in there and just move shit randomly, and then wait was that there this morning? Wait, fuck. And if I came home and decided with a spray bottle full of paint, I'd be like, I have won the paranoia battle. Also, clean up your shit.
Okay, Todd.
Because I'm assuming that's when you probably spray paint a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
In this scenario.
No. It would be food coloring.
Either way, still clean it up.
Or like a scent. Anyway.
Then we got The Lovebirds, which looks like Queen and Slim, but a comedy.
Which one was Lovebirds?
That was one with Camille Nanjiani.
Oh! It's like game night, but they're
Maybe it's because I saw Queen and Slim. Queen and Slim is the one where it's about 2 black people have to go on the run because they kill a cop.
Oh, okay. So this had the same energy that game night had, where it's just
that I
an
definitely
unsuspecting couple gets into some shit.
I liked Game Night. Game Night was a fun movie.
I know, but this is the same energy.
No, I was reminiscing on Game Night.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time since I've watched it. I kind of want to watch it again.
Game night, was one of the best shots.
Yeah. Comedies especially. This one looks like it could go either way. Honestly, there were some chuckles in the trailer.
I like Camille Nanjiani.
Yeah, I like him too, but he's also been some shit. I saw Stuber.
Oh, was it bad?
Yeah. But I literally like the initial joke where the whole thing is someone gets in their car and says, "I'm a cop," and they chase down this motorcycle person. They eventually kill them.
Run him over multiple times.
Yeah, they run over time. It's like, I don't think that guy was a cop. As he runs away and leaves them with the body, and then Camille is like, 1, 2, 3, go, and he starts running away, and then she's like, your name, come back. It's like, and the woman's on the phone like, okay, his name is. and it's like, no, your name. You need to come follow me. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, her name. It's like, okay, that's a funny joke.
Yeah, no.
So it has like that kind of
totally,
humor that can work.
Just sort of, but it's got that same energy that like Game Night does, where it's like, oh, it's an unsuspecting couple and they get into some shit.
Yeah, I can see that. And then we got Birds of Prey, which comes out, I want to say like in a couple weeks. Which
that's the Harley Quinn one, right?
that's the Harley Quinn one. Yeah.
So
I looked it up, by the way. It's
she's dealing with the Black Mask, right?
yeah, the Black Mask, played by Ian McGregor, which I'm really excited to see that.
Okay.
It's Black Canary, the Huntress,
Right.
what the cop? I forget her name.
Renee Montoya.
Renee Montoya and Cassandra Cain.
Who's Cassandra Cain?
She's like this ninja. She ends up like being apprentice of Batman.
Oh, is she the one with the fox mask?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's those for in Harley Quinn. So like, I don't know, like I'm gonna give it a shot. Looks like it'd be fun.
I mean, it's got that like drab DC color palette, but like the idea seems
like
fun.
Used in like in an appropriate context, though, I would say, compared to like Suicide Squad, where like it actually feels like it knows what it wants to be.
I guess, I don't know. You can tell me about it later.
All right, fair enough. That's probably me and Ron will probably see that one.
All right, what's next?
And then we had Bloodshot, which I guess is based on a comic book. That was the Vin Diesel one.
Oh, that's the one where it's like the Bionic Man, but he's also got nanomachines.
Yeah, basically.
And like he's basically like immortal because of stuff.
It's like he has like ultra strong healing factor, and I guess he can. Oh yeah, his mind is wiped every time he completes a mission. They start the whole thing over.
Yeah,
again,
and it's just yeah.
Which like, all right, I can go either way. I'm not sure about that one yet. I'm not too familiar with the character. And then last one I got was for Fantasy Island, which I did not know they were remaking this.
What's Fantasy Island?
It's that was the one where like you go to an island and make all your make a fantasy.
Oh, that's the one. True. That's the one where nobody told them about the safe word.
Basically, yeah.
And basically, it's a bunch of unsuspecting people, and they get to the island. It's like, yeah, fulfill your fucking dreams, and then also we forgot to tell you the safe word, and then it's like,
sea cucumber.
Kumquat.
Why kumquat?
What?
Why kumquat?
Because that's such a weird word.
That sounds like a weird, like, erotic term.
Oh, maybe that's why it's not the safe word.
Hey, baby, kumquat.
No, you've never seen a kumquat?
I mean, I have. I just more like we use it like in a sexual context as a safe word.
I guess it's just because I started the comparison of calling an S&M island with no safe word. Yeah, no, that's basically what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I guess it's a remake of an old TV show back from the 1970s. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, Blumhouse kind of has a hit and miss record, so we'll see how it goes. But it looked kind of interesting from what I can tell. That was the last trailer. You got any final thoughts for Bad Boys for Life? Bad Boys for Life.
No.
Oh. Well, now I'm sad.
No, that could have been the whole movie.
Bad Boys for Life. I'm begging you. Nope.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys.
Copyright strike. Anyway.
And it's just, that's all the movie had to be. I'm retiring. Anyway.
I got one more mission, Martin. Are you in? No. Bad boys, bad boys.
No, it's just sort of like imagine the reason he's not retiring is because like his pension, he actually owes money with his pension because of all the shit he's done.
Yeah, right. Fucking hell.
Anyway, okay, that's it.
That was it. So later this week, I think we missed what's like
a boss,
like a boss, which I know you're all so disappointed for, right? And Underwater, but we're back on schedule today, so we're gonna check out The Gentleman, which came out this week. And I think The Turning is the other one that came out this week that I need to go see. So I'll more likely be at one of them. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.
See you at the next one.
Yep. Whatever I drag you to next. Probably Sonic.